At the Islamic Relief USA call center just outside of Washington, the staff takes donations of humanitarian aid money for the Middle East over the telephone.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for calling Islamic Relief. This is Khadija. How can I help you?
The non-profit aid group operates a dozen food distribution points along the Tunisian border, where Libyan families and foreign migrants have gathered in refugee camps.
1 kilogram of sugar, 5 kilograms of wheat flour.
The group's Libyan-American spokesperson, Asma Youssef, has family in Benghazi and recently visited some of the refugee camps in Tunisia. She says the most urgent need for Libyans is among civilians still inside the country who are cut off from aid agencies.
The main issue for Libyan cities right now is lack of food in areas that are surrounded or secluded or isolated from the outside world.
The cities most at risk, says Youssef, are in the western mountain region where fighting continues. 5 months into the war, aid agencies say few civilians remain on the front lines where the worst of the fighting is taking place. But the crisis is creating a toll even beyond the armed conflict. In Misrata, Libya's third largest city, a UN joint mission found the majority of people there are unable to buy enough food. The mission said there is a shortage of supplies, little available cash, and rising prices.
Who knows where this crisis will go?
Mark Bartolini directs the Office of Foreign Disaster Assistance at USAID. The American government-funded relief agency has distributed nearly $80 million in food, medical, and other humanitarian assistance inside Libya since the conflict began.
Obviously, there's still a lot of suffering. The needs have stabilized, but it could go in any direction. So we're obviously concerned.
One immediate concern is that the humanitarian crisis in Libya could worsen if the fighting escalates into the capital, Tripoli.
In Tripoli, we've been hearing reports about people having to wait in long lines at gas stations, lack of basic food necessities.
There are long-term issues to worry about as well. Bartolini says once the fighting is over, aid groups will have to make sure the institutions to provide basic services are in place.
As people who've been on the front lines fighting, they're going to need jobs. Those are the kind of things that can tear societies apart in the aftermath of a conflict.
Just recently, the international community formally recognized the Libyan opposition as the country's legitimate authority. That means potentially billions of dollars in frozen assets could be released to the opposition in humanitarian and other assistance. But until that money is actually released, there will be civilian needs to address. It will not be a short-term effort. Islamic Relief USA says it has budgeted to continue providing aid through December. Mana Rabiee, VOA News, Washington.